All right, what we're looking at here is a 2006 Dodge Ram. They were still called a Dodge Ram prior to 2008. Okay, this is a 2500 Power Wagon. So this did come with the Laramie package. So it had the, I don't know, 6-way power seats. It also has the dual climate controls, but we have a problem. Our problem is when we go to switch this, we have hot on this side and cold on that side, and then we can't get them the same. So one of these blend doors is messed up. We also cannot change this one here, so we have a broken blend door there. I did, when I had this apart and changed it from tan to gray, I actually had replaced, I believe it was the recirc door. Now, funny part is, we had problems with this truck back as far as 2019. So back then, we took the time to order this, and if you take a look, that's May 7th, 2020. I'm like, man, I'm going to finally buy these things, and then we're going to get them installed in the truck. Right now, it is August 2025. So we've had these 5 years. We are now getting to put these in. I can see it's a Blend Door USA. These things are actually very well made. I opted for the fully optioned set here for the blend doors, every single one of them. The dual kit here, we've got, see, there's got your hot and your cold. Looks like they got a little bit of grease on that one where it's supposed to be. So we have that one's red. I guess that's hot, cold. All right, and then here's another one, and then the upgraded links, and they give you an instruction sheet right here. So we were able to set this thing down. So, Blend Door USA, 3rd gen, 02 to 09. Alright, so it goes through, basically tells you everything you gotta do. Tells you what you gotta do to flip the doors. So, these all operate independently of each other to help change the temperature. We'll find all this stuff out more when I finally get this thing apart. I have not looked to see if there's any videos on the Blend Door USA with the dual climate control for, I don't know what you say, the 02 to 09 Ram, Dodge Ram trucks. So, you know, this is gonna be something new, and I'm finally gonna install this stuff. I think this cost somewhere around $400 back when I purchased this. I don't know what current cost of this setup is here now, current day today. But it's time that I finally get a chance to work on my stuff, and well, we're gonna fix up this old truck of mine. What do we got? 9/12/2017 was the date on the box. There's the part number. You can tell, I'm not sure if I can see the date on here. 4/8/2020. So I ordered this in April before that. Blend door kit. We're still trying to get money together for that, I believe. There we go. Here's the packing for it. And oh, there's actually a paper down in there. It's got, yeah, 4/3/2020. But here's our heater core for the Ram. I can't believe it shipped it in such a big box. But we're going to be installing this also, along with the blend doors, and cleaning everything out. So yeah, they give you, I guess that screws the little piece in place or something. If you have an aftermarket brake controllers, most of them will unplug. We've got 2 screws here. There's 2, because this has the center comes out. There's 2 here. Some will have a cup holder, but there's difference there. So we're going to pop these 2, which we're going to pull this out, and that's going to give us access to get up into here. There's 2 screws that go there. I'll point that stuff out. Got in here and did this a while, but this is for your e-brake handle. So we got that disconnected. Now we're going to remove this metal panel, and obviously you can see we got a couple screws there. These are 7mm or Phillips. You could use something power for this to remove this stuff a little faster, but so you have your OBD2 port. Kind of just has like these clips on the side, so to push through. Kind of just hit them with that. And you got the 2 screws that hold your hood cable. So we're just gonna pull them out. All right, so I'm doing this on both sides. We are gonna remove the filler covers. They just kind of pop out. All right, 10 mil gets those out. And then I have this to work up underneath, and this will actually pop off. It's the same for both sides. Let's give it a little twist. All right, just like that. There we go. All right, it's got a little hook that hooks on here, and then you just grab a hold of it and give it a little tug and it pops off. But here's some of your main dash bolts right in here. I think one comes this way down here. You need to remove this piece up here, but if you take a look, we've got a clip here. We've got a missing piece here. It's a very common thing, I guess, with the Dodge stuff. Everything kind of just, when you touch it, disintegrates with some of this plastic. Some of the older tops in other various cars do the same thing, and the older Dodges. To get our dash top off, this is kind of what it looks like. And you want to be careful because this stuff shouldn't break that easy. I mean, obviously you don't want to do it right in this area, but it just disintegrates. So I think I have one more of these in my attic. Hopefully it works and it's okay. If not, well, I guess we're going to be purchasing an aftermarket one. I'm sure it's probably not going to be cheap. All right, well, we got a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but you have your steering column cover. All right, so when you look at the bottom, you have 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little lever here that you push to control your tilt, which is this one. That has the Torx, and then this actually holds the lower cover to the column, and then these are the two that hold the top to the bottom, and it just pops off. Okay, and then you need to get in here and unplug everything that's up through there. Ignition switch, turn signal, wipers. This is for the yellow's airbag always, and then this one here controls the switches, cruise control, and your music. And then this one runs up here for the skim, so it reads the key for theft deterrent. And you have your shifter cable. This is pretty easy. Push these two sides in, slides out. There's like a ball on here. Goes right on the shifter. You can see it right there. Just popped it right off of this. All right, now we're down here. This is the bolt that runs through the clamp here that holds it onto the column assembly. And then we're gonna need to get, there should be 4 of these, 1, 2, and then back here's 3 and 4. So there's 4 nuts that will hold the column to the dash assembly here. We're gonna get those out now. I wanna add that this is your brake switch. It goes in here. Look at your tabs. It sits this way. Twist it and pull it out. I do that one so nothing gets broken when you're pulling this, because it'll be connected. I'd rather let it plugged in like that. Also, it gets it out of the way so you can get to this bolt here. Now, another thing, you want to make sure that this wheel does not turn on here, because you will damage your clock spring. So typically what I like to do is I'll put a zip tie around here, and it'll help keep it from spinning. I'm gonna go grab one of those, but basically all you do now is a little tug, and you can see where it goes right there. It comes straight out. I have my steering wheel set straight and my wheels are set straight, so everything will go back together quite fairly easy. Now, we did remove our center console bezel. Now, right here and here, that's where the screws come up. There's little tabs off the bottom here that the bolts go through. So that's 2 7s here, and then this pops out. Basically just unplugged everything. I had a USB cord running through. If you have an aftermarket radio, you'll have to, get that out of the way. But I'm planning to change that bezel, as I have another one that's actually in nicer shape and has a good vent. It'll be all gray, it won't be silver, but this truck, like I said, when I got it, was pretty rough. So we'll just have to modify it for the double din. And I'm gonna get a zip tie, and we're moving on to the next part. All right, I'm going to start on the passenger side, okay? So over here we have 1, 2, 3 13 mil, okay? Down here, I mean, a lot of this depends on, I guess, options of your truck, but there will be plugs here. So you have these two, and the radio. Here's the other one, so they go to the dash, okay? Then for some reason, there's a bracket here that runs down, so make sure you get that undone. If you work your way across the top, there's an 8, and then a 10. And in the middle, you have this one wire that runs underneath your carpet, plugs into your ABS or your airbag module. Assuming this plugs into the dash to activate the actual airbags. Then you have 2 10s down here. Let's go to the other side. And then over here, we have 1, 2, 3. We have an 8, we have a 10. Come down underneath. We have this 10. We have these 2. There's our OBD2. We already had that undone. So that right there, that's everything. This here, you need to make sure you have that undone because that's for your e-brake release. Up here we have 2 plugs. Maybe I forgot to mention there's one on that side. So right now at this current time, we're ready to, I'm gonna grab some help. We're gonna lift this dash out and hopefully I remember to do everything, as it's been probably at least 9 or 10 years since I've had the dash out of this truck.